Ever felt like you're juggling a handful of digital identities, desperately trying to keep them all straight? Especially when it comes to platforms like Grid, where you might have separate accounts for different projects, clients, or even just your personal versus professional life. You're not alone. We've all been there, that frustrating dance of logging in and out, the constant password entry, the nagging fear of accidentally posting something to the wrong account. It's a digital tightrope walk. But what if I told you there's a simpler, more efficient way to navigate this multi-account maze? A way to seamlessly switch between your Grid accounts without losing your sanity? Think about it. You're a freelancer managing multiple client projects, each with its own Grid account. Or maybe you're a small business owner, needing to separate your marketing campaigns from your internal team communications. Perhaps you're even a student, using Grid for both your personal projects and your collaborative group work. Whatever your situation, the struggle to manage multiple Grid accounts is real. And it's a productivity killer. Now, before we dive into the how-to, let's quickly touch on why this is such a common issue. Grid, like many modern platforms, is designed for collaboration and organization. Which means, naturally, many of us end up needing multiple accounts to keep things structured. But the default interface isn't always intuitive for swift account switching. It often feels like you're stuck in a login loop, constantly re-entering credentials. The good news is, there are workarounds. And we're going to explore several of them today, ranging from the built-in features to some clever browser tricks and third-party tools. We'll walk through each method step by step, ensuring you can choose the one that best suits your workflow. Let's start with the most straightforward approach, the built-in account switching features within Grid itself. Now, depending on the version of Grid you're using, this might look slightly different. But the core principle remains the same. You want to leverage any features Grid provides to manage multiple sessions. First, look for your profile icon or user menu. It's usually located in the top right corner of the screen. Click on it. In many cases, you'll see an option to add account or switch account. If you've previously added multiple accounts, they should appear in a list. Clicking on the desired account should seamlessly transition you to that profile. If you don't see an Add Account option, it might mean you need to log out of your current account first. Once logged out, you should see a login screen. Here, you can enter the credentials for a different Grid account. Some versions of Grid might remember your previously logged in accounts, making the switching process even faster. However, this method relies heavily on Grid's specific implementation. And sometimes, the platform's built-in features might not be robust enough for your needs. That's where browser-based solutions come into play. Modern web browsers like Chrome, Firefox, and Edge offer powerful tools for managing multiple profiles. These profiles essentially create separate browser instances, each with its own set of cookies, extensions, and browsing history. This means you can log into different Grid accounts in different browser profiles, effectively isolating them from each other. Let's take Chrome as an example. In the top right corner, click on your profile icon. You should see an option to add. Clicking this will create a new Chrome profile. Give it a descriptive name, like Grid, Client, or Grid, Personal. Once you've created the profile, you can open a new browser window and log into your desired Grid account. Repeat this process for each Grid account you need to manage. Now, you can easily switch between accounts by simply switching between Chrome profiles. This method is particularly useful if you need to keep your Grid sessions completely separate. Firefox and Edge offer similar profile management features. The steps might vary slightly, but the underlying principle remains the same. Explore your browser settings to find the profile management options. Another browser-based trick involves using incognito or private browsing windows. While not ideal for long-term account management, incognito mode can be useful for quickly logging into a second Grid account without affecting your primary session. Simply open an incognito window and log into the other account. Remember that incognito sessions are temporary, and any data you enter will be cleared when you close the window. Now, let's talk about third-party tools. Several browser extensions and applications can help you manage multiple accounts. These tools often provide features like session management, cookie isolation, and even automatic login. One popular type of tool is a session manager extension. These extensions allow you to save and manage multiple login sessions for different websites. You can typically save your Grid login credentials and then switch between them with a single click. Search your browser's extension store for Session Manager to find available options. Another type of tool is a multi-account container extension. These extensions create isolated containers within your browser, similar to browser profiles. However, they often provide more granular control over cookie management and session isolation. This can be particularly useful if you need to manage sensitive data or prevent cross-site tracking. Remember to exercise caution when using third-party tools. Only install extensions and applications from reputable sources, and always review the permissions they request. Read user reviews and ratings to ensure the tool is reliable and secure. Beyond these technical solutions, consider some general organizational tips. Use clear and descriptive names for your Grid accounts and browser profiles. This will help you quickly identify the correct account. Keep a written record of your login credentials using a secure password manager. And regularly review your account settings to ensure everything is configured correctly. Also, consider using different browsers for different types of accounts. This will help keep things organized. For example, use Firefox for personal projects, Chrome for work, etc. Finally, if you're managing a large number of Grid accounts, consider using a dedicated workspace or virtual machine. This can provide an even higher level of isolation and organization. Remember, the best method for switching between Grid accounts depends on your specific needs and preferences. Experiment with different techniques to find the one that works best for you. Whether you choose to use Grid's built-in features, browser profiles, or third-party tools, the goal is to streamline your workflow and minimize the frustration of managing multiple digital identities. The key takeaway here is that you don't have to be trapped in a cycle of constant logins and logouts. There are tools and techniques to take back control of your digital workspace. The right method or combination of methods will significantly boost your productivity and allow you to focus on the work that truly matters. With that said, thanks for watching, and until next time.